Yo guys, what is up? It's Macauchees coming back with another video. This time we're going back to the early years of the PlayStation 1, 1995, with the original Destruction Derby. The origin of one of my favorite racing series of all time. Now this came at a time when both previous gen games and even next generation games were given all they had, and it was quite a battleground in the mid-90s, with both 4th and 5th gen games giving it their all during a time of dramatic change. And Psygnosis and Reflections would prove just that, with the original Destruction Derby, as well as Wipeout, and many other classics. Oh man. And while Destruction Derby continued to get bigger and more refined, playing this even nowadays still has a lot of charm to it. A lot of fun in its simplicity. When real-time crash physics and destruction racing action, we're hitting it big. So for this video, I'll be doing season mode and championship. Doing one season of Wreckin Racing. Oh yeah, this also came at a time when, in the first year or so of the PlayStation's existence, to reduce, I guess, time constraints and also development costs, back when the PlayStation 1 had to link to other consoles for multiplayer for most games. So anyway, in the first two Destruction Derby games, you had 3 cars to choose from. Each one with different speed and different handling ratios. I think I like Grim Reaper. It's the more balanced of the 3. They also had some decent side art graphics on the cars. Something I wish they continued to do in the second game. Alright, Wreckin Racing. Championship. Alright, here we go. And while this game doesn't have a lot of tracks, with each season that goes by, there's new variations of most of them. We start out on the oval track, Speedway, but even that one gets a little more complex as the racing seasons go by.
It's the first race of the season.
I say complex, but each track in the game is flat, and furthermore, you can't even roll anybody over. But what you can do for scoring, that's how you score points in the game, is to spin out your opponents. And I believe you can also get points for wrecking somebody, but I wouldn't go out of my way to do that, because at that point in the race, you'll also be pretty close to low, probably. Got a bunch of points on that spin. And speaking of points, you notice how each car has different roof colors? Well, that represents which league you're in. In my case, I'm in League 5, and at the end of each season, the key is to have enough points to advance to the next one. And like each game in the Destruction Derby series, race position alone won't be enough to win. Alright, let's see if I can spin anybody else out. Sadly, you don't get points for damage. They didn't do that, I believe, until Destruction Derby Raw. Come on. There we go. Whatever you say. Whoa. And definitely want to keep an eye on the damage indicators, especially the front end. If that goes, you're wrecked. It also doesn't help because the car, it's a lot more fragile than it is in games like Destruction Derby Raw or Destruction Derby Arenas. But on the other hand, you're not eliminated if you wreck. You still get points for the race. And Destruction Derby 2 is the same way. Just because you're down doesn't mean you're out. Alright. First place plus 20 spin points. Let's see how I did. Alright, I got first. Yeah, she usually does pretty good. And speaking of the other racers, not only do you get the race replays, which was a brand new idea at the time, but for novelty, you also get a look at the pit compounds, taking a look at the other race cars and also the trucks that hold them, the transport trucks. I mean, it won't blow you away by today's standards, but it's kind of a cool behind-the-scenes feature with each of your rivals. Yeah, not too bad. Alright, on to the next race. Although first, let's take a look at the divisions. Alright, we're way over in Division 5, I believe. Going up against the General, Trash Man, and the Bouncer. Oh wow, an abysmal 2 points. Let's see, how am I doing compared to some of the other leaders? Well, I know how I'm doing. I'm in first so far. 4 points ahead of Suicide Squad. Alright. And enough of that. On to track number 2 with Crossover, the Deadly Figure 8. This track, as well as the Destruction Derby Bowl, I believe these are the only two that don't really change, aside from direction and opponent AI. Nice, I did get points for spinning that guy out with the rear. Kind of inadvertently, but still, it counted. Whoa! The soundtrack, though, it's kind of different compared to some of the other games. It has more of a Euro synth, I guess, kind of feel to it. A bit more techno. Well, it kind of fits with the arcade gameplay. Alright, can I get... Thought I'd get a 360 there. You get a bunch of points if you get a pull... Yeah, if you pull off a 360, you get a bunch of points. Hey, whose side are you on? Yeah, definitely keep an eye on the damage on this track. You might want to pace yourself as the laps go by, looking at your front end. Come on. And not only that, but if you get hit in the doors, if you get maximum damage, your car will always want to jerk to one side. Like, For example, you can see the right side, yeah, my passenger side door. If that goes into the black area damage, my car will always want a hard right. Whoa. Whoa, things are getting dangerous here. Whoa. Yeah, like that, for example. I'm not trying to turn right. I was trying to right myself. Let's see how I did on points. But man, even in the early leagues, the crossover is still a tough track to survive on. Fashion wagon. Yeah, she's got a cool car. '15th? Okay. Let's see how I'm doing in the league. First race gave me quite an advantage. Alright, I'm 10 points ahead of Trash Man, that's the important thing. Yeah, this game, it'll take some trial and error a few times. I mean, not nearly as much as Destruction Derby 2, but still. There's enough of it to be had. Yeah, will I ever get around to doing Destruction Derby 2? Yeah, we'll see. This track's not bad. Especially if someone gets stuck in this little bottleneck, you might even be able to do a 360. Give him a 360 spin. Alright. So yeah, while this game hasn't aged as well as some other games, it's still quite enjoyable and pretty cool to get back into once in a while. Come on. Come on, give me somebody to spin. There we go. Hey, that worked. Alright, it's all about speed in the racing line and aiming for their rear corner. Haha, yeah, like that, 360. Come on. Yeah, watch out for the walls indeed. Another 360. I'll keep an eye on the front end. I've probably got enough points to win now. What the? I'm supposed to turn left. What the? I don't know why it wants to turn right. Maybe it has something to do with the D-pad on this PS3 controller. It's not like the regular D-pad. It rolls a little more. Gotta be careful.
It's the final lap.
There we go. Whoa.
Second place. Get animal line.
Yeah, I've got enough points to win, but I still want to survive. There we go. Got second. Oh yeah, McOuchies wins by landslide. Alright, the next track. Cactus Creek. But yeah, among its contemporaries, yeah, Psygnosis, they had quite a few great games in the early year of the PlayStation in 1995. And they'd be the catalyst for the European market with games like, yeah, Destruction Derby and Wipeout and Assault Rigs.
Second place.
Yeah, you can change camera with L2 and R2. That's a good track. Speaking of which, you can see some of the other games on the billboards.
Second place.
Give me somebody to spin. Give me someone to spin. Yeah, I was gonna say, did that count, or did it go to the other guy who hit him first?
Watch those barriers. They'll only slow you down.
Okay, that wasn't quite enough spin for a 90 degree. Come on. Get off the wall. What the?
Second place.
There. Turn around.
Wow.
That actually wouldn't make a bad replay. Oh yeah, that's another good way to sharp turn is to brake turn. Oh, my car is taking a lot of damage on the front end already. Might want to focus on just the cars in front of me. Okay. Oh no.
Take it easy.
Oh no, no, no.
Second place. Nice. Ooh. Second place. Nice. Second place.
I wonder if I can turn around and get him with the rear. Oh, no, so much for that idea. Yeah, it's probably a good idea not to rely on the passover. Or on the crossover, rather, for getting points. Then again, sometimes you don't have a choice with, like as you saw there with as many points as I got, which weren't anything to write home about, at 13th place. Okay, where am I at in the league? Still in the lead. Still got a firm lead. Thankfully, the track leaders and the winners seem to fluctuate. So, there's always a fair chance. Alright. Alright, now into City Heat. The narrow urban circuit. Well, I say urban, but it's still enclosed like the other tracks. Man, I don't even want to imagine what recording this would have been like on my old capture card with because it doesn't handle the dark very well. Yeah, earlier this year I upgraded from composite to HDMI. I mean, I'll still use composite when I have to, but still. Thankfully, there's enhancements for that. And the video editing. Alright, anyway, back to the race. Wild Bill's Auto Sales. He'd also be the only sponsor to appear in multiple games, as it also appeared in the second one. On one track. Come on, let me spin somebody. Come on, the race is half over and I've barely spun anybody. Come on. What? That didn't count? There we go. Finally got another guy. Oh. You know what? I'm just gonna slow down until I can spin enough guys. Of course, if they'll let me. Will it work? There we go. That worked. Not bad. Getting better. Keep an eye on the front end too. It's fine life, carrying the banner. It's a fine. Sorry. Been a while since I'd seen that movie. I want to say it was the Newsies. Alright, Crunch Bunch. Hey, I actually got fourth. Alright, now if I'm not mistaken, yep, the grand finale at the Destruction Derby Bowl. Alright, unlike the normal race, anything goes here. Although sadly, this is the only Destruction Derby arena in the whole game. First game only had one arena. The passenger door is already taking quite a hit. Alright, we saw it back there. Relying on reverse, you'll definitely want to do that as your car gets closer to getting wrecked.
Watch those barriers. They'll only slow you down.
Whoa. Yeah, plus when your car wants to jerk to one side because your door's bashed in.
Hey, guys.
Apparently that's the equivalent to the axle or the tie rod going. Whoa. Alright. See if I can go the distance and go head to head with the other last one standing.
Your car's about finished. Take it easy. Wow, what a race.
Ah, come on, I should have gotten credit for wrecking that guy. Like I said, I believe you do get points for wrecking somebody, but I wouldn't go out of my way to do it with how fragile your own car is.
What a track. Wow, what a race.
And Destruction Derby 2 had a very similar scoring system. Though they really should have taken advantage of being able to roll somebody over. Anyway.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, needless to say, I can't steer either side very good anymore. Whoa.
You pay for that.
Yeah, it's looking like quite the graveyard in this arena. Whoa. Uh-oh. I thought I was a goner there. Not yet. Whoa. Was that a crunch bunch? Come on. Very down to the wire this is. Come on. If I could just get off the wall. There we go. Yeah, how many racing games even let you get this wrecked. I mean, yes, they do, but like in Wreckfest, your car will still drive a lot better than this. I agree, I'm not gonna last. I'm not gonna last much longer. I would imagine this is the reason why there's time limits. Or there should be. In the case of Destruction Derby Raw, for instance, your car is given an overall health bar. You can only take so much damage, but you can take a lot more of it.
Oh no!
Yep.
Your car's wrecked.
Might as well end it. I should have enough points to do pretty good, I would imagine. Alright, the doctor. Okay, maybe not. Alright, 12th place. Alright. That gives me first place for the league and on to the next season. Anyway, that was first season of Destruction Derby in Wreckin Racing Championship. Still a lot of fun to come back to this game, and would pave the way for, like I said, one of my favorite racing game series of all time, and with good reason. Anyway, this has been McOuchies in another gaming video. Until next time, overwhelm and destroy.